here's something I want you guys to think about, because I really want you to understand the flexibility and the financial ninja-ness or Ronin-ness you can do with licensing, going from starting with nothing, right, to stacking up income, right? So imagine that your great unknown uncle left you a 2-story apartment building, right? Free and clear, right? It doesn't really matter how many units are in there, but let's say there's 10 units in this 2-story apartment building, right? It's already occupied, but as people move out, right, you're going to put new renters in there. Probably what you're going to do is you're going to look at market rentals to figure out how much we should charge for these spaces, right? But what if inside of the will there was a special clause in there and it said we can add floors. We can add floors to it at no cost to us, right? We can just start adding floors to it, right? We can add floors. We can add floors from 2 stories on infinitum, right? Like Jack and the Beanstalk, just way up to the heavens, right? And let's say that we can make, let's say we just said a thing, we want to make $500 a month profit on each one of those, right? Like how many stories would it take before you covered your monthly expenses, right? How many stories would it take before you covered your monthly expenses, right? Five apartments a piece, right? That's what you get to figure out that math. Is I want you guys to see what's happening here, right? We, with an intellectual property, we basically can acquire the apartment complex for cheap or free or on fantastic terms, and we can rent it out to dozens, hundreds, thousands, an infinite amount of people. Let that sit for a second. It's the only asset class that I know that you can do stuff like that, right? So while this is big money from old courses, I think what's really cool about it is the low stress.